Let's take a moment, just you and me. No rush, no noise, just a quiet space where we can sit together for a little while. You're here, and that in itself is something worth pausing for. You've lived through seasons. You've watched time unfold, slowly and all at once, like the opening of a flower, like the passing of a train. Some days move too fast, others drag their feet. But all those days have brought you right here, to this moment. And you know what? That's something sacred. To be here. To have arrived at this point in the story, still breathing, still feeling, still alive. We don't say that enough, do we? That it's okay to just be here. Not chasing, not fixing, not even remembering or hoping. Just being. Look around, even if it's just with your heart. Notice the light in the room. Notice the quiet hum of life still happening. A clock ticking, a breeze passing by. Maybe the gentle ache in your bones that reminds you, yes, I'm still alive. There's a certain beauty in simply being. You see, time has a way of changing what we think matters. In the younger days, it was all about movement. Go here, achieve that, become someone. There was pressure in every direction to succeed, to provide, to be strong, to hold it all together. But now, there's a softness that begins to settle in. Maybe your body has slowed down. Maybe your schedule isn't packed like it once was. Maybe the house is quieter. Maybe the faces have changed. But don't mistake the quiet for emptiness, because often, peace lives in the quiet. And peace, my friend, is something many people search for their whole lives without ever finding it. If you found even a little bit of it, you're richer than most. Think about it. You've seen so much in your lifetime. You've witnessed a world that changed more in one generation than most people used to see in 3. Wars, peace, technology, new ways of living, new ways of connecting. You've heard voices over the radio, then seen faces on black and white screens, then color, then in your palm on a glowing phone. And through it all, you adapted, you kept going, you endured. That takes courage, that takes strength. Even if you didn't always feel brave, you were. Even if you didn't always feel strong, you stood your ground. Even when things were hard, when loss came, when fear came, when grief knocked on your door, you kept moving forward, maybe quietly, maybe slowly, but forward still. And now here you are, not just surviving, but reflecting, not just breathing, but being. Here's something people don't talk about enough. The power of now. We're always pulled toward the past or the future, but the present, that's where life actually happens. Right here, in this breath, in the way your fingers rest on your lap, in the way your chest gently rises and falls, in the sound of your surroundings, however soft or silent they may be. This moment is yours. You've earned it. Let it hold you. Let it carry you. Let it remind you that you are still part of this world, still writing your story, still holding space that only you can fill. And even if the world feels fast, noisy, or different, your place in it is still sacred. You know, one of the gifts of aging is realizing you don't have to prove anything anymore. Not to anyone, not to your family, not to your friends, not to the younger version of you who thought they had to do it all. You've done enough. You've been enough. You are enough. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to keep up. You don't have to pretend to be fine when you're not. You can rest now, knowing that you've given what you could. And whatever you didn't finish, that's okay. No life is ever perfectly wrapped up. That's not the point of living. The point is to feel, to grow, to love, to learn. And you've done all that, so much of it. So now, let yourself breathe, deeply, fully, freely. Even now, especially now, there is still beauty to be found, in the way a tree bends in the wind, in the way sunlight filters through curtains, in the feel of a familiar song on a quiet morning, in the smile of a neighbor, in a memory that suddenly shows up and warms your heart. You don't have to search hard for it. Beauty finds us when we slow down long enough to let it in. And maybe that's one of the most important things we learn with time. That beauty was never in the big, loud, expensive things. It was always in the small, the quiet, the ordinary. So take a breath. Let the moment be simple. Let it be enough. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to fix anything. You're already where you need to be. Right here, right now. So, let's stay here a little while longer. You don't have to rush off. This moment can stretch as long as you want it to. Because in the end, life isn't measured by how fast we move or how much we achieve. It's measured in how deeply we feel, how present we are, how much we truly see. And you, dear friend, are still here, still seeing, still living, still finding beauty in the simple act of being. Next, we talk about letting go. Not the kind of letting go that happens in a rush. Not the kind that leaves you feeling ripped open or unfinished, but the quiet kind, the kind that comes with time, with healing, with peace, the kind that whispers, "You don't need to carry that anymore." We all hold things longer than we mean to. Moments we wish had gone differently. Words we wish we hadn't said, or wish we had said. People who hurt us, people we hurt, opportunities missed, doors that closed too soon, and sometimes, even decades later, they still echo inside us, still show up in the quiet moments, still make us flinch a little when we remember. But maybe this season of life, the one you're in right now, is a season for soft release. Not forgetting, not erasing, just releasing. It's easy to think that if we keep replaying something, maybe we can make sense of it. Or fix it somehow. But the past doesn't work that way. It doesn't get cleaner the more we analyze it. It doesn't get kinder the more we carry it. The past can only do one thing well: teach us. After that, we're allowed. No, we're invited to let it go. You don't owe the past your peace. You don't owe every memory your energy. You don't have to keep dragging old pain into your present. You get to put it down, even if it feels too late. Even if you think, well, what's the point now? The point is this: your peace is still worth protecting, no matter your age, no matter how long ago it happened. Let's talk about forgiveness. Not the kind that requires a big moment, a dramatic conversation, or even another person's involvement. I'm talking about the quiet kind, the kind you give yourself, forgiving yourself for what you didn't know back then, for the mistakes you made while you were still learning, for the things you tolerated, the boundaries you didn't know how to set, for being human, and forgiving others too, not because they deserve it, necessarily, but because you deserve the freedom that comes with it. Forgiveness isn't about saying, "It didn't matter." It's about saying, "I matter more than my pain now." It's not weakness, it's strength. It's not erasing history, it's reclaiming your future. And yes, it's never too late. There may be things you still grieve, people, places, versions of yourself. That's okay. Grief doesn't have an expiration date. It doesn't always fade like we expect it to. Some days it shows up unexpectedly. A smell, a photo, a song, a birthday. But let me remind you of something gentle and true. You can grieve and grow at the same time. You can carry sadness and still be whole. You can remember and still move forward. Grief isn't something to get over. It's something to live with gracefully. So if you still carry sorrow, don't shame yourself for it. Let it be part of your story, but don't let it be the whole story. You're allowed to live fully with your grief, not under it. Picture this. You're walking down a quiet road, holding a heavy bag. You've carried it for years, maybe even decades. You're used to the weight. It's part of you now. But one day, someone gently says, "Hey, you can set that down now." And at first, you resist. "It's mine. I've carried it so long." But they smile and say, "Yes, and you've carried it well, but you don't need it anymore." So you place it on the ground, slowly, tenderly, and you walk on, lighter, taller, freer. That's what letting go can feel like. Not sudden, not dramatic, just a soft decision to free your hands for something lighter. Letting go doesn't mean letting go of everything. There are things worth holding on to. Good memories, laughter shared, the lessons that made you wiser, the values you still stand by, the love that never really left. Letting go is about choosing, intentionally, what stays and what goes. It's curating your inner life like a precious collection. Keep the parts that help you grow. Keep the parts that make you smile when you remember. Let the rest drift away like leaves in a slow-moving river. You don't need to wrestle with it. You just need to release it. And trust that you'll be okay without it. Sometimes what haunts us the most isn't what happened, but what didn't. The love that never came, the apology never received, the dream that didn't come true, the road we didn't take. But life was never meant to be a perfect story. Some pages stay unfinished, some questions never get answered. And that's okay. Peace doesn't always come from having closure. Sometimes it comes from saying, "This too is part of the story, and I accept it." You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to allow yourself to rest in the not knowing. Because even unanswered questions can lead to peace, if you let them. So here's where we are. Dear friend, you've made it through so much. You've grown, you've healed, and now you're invited to live the rest of your life lighter, with open hands, with less burden, with more room for joy, peace, and love. That's the gift of letting go, not losing, not forgetting. Just finally, gracefully, freeing yourself, because your story isn't done. And the next chapters, they deserve a heart that's light enough to dance, even if only in spirit, even if only in memory. You're not letting go to lose anything. You're letting go to come home to yourself. Take one deep breath with me. Inhale the strength it takes to release. Exhale the weight you no longer need. This moment is yours. Your heart is safe here. And you, my friend, are free to let go. Gently, gracefully, completely. Lastly, it's about your legacy. People often think of legacy as something grand, a building with your name on it, a fortune passed down, achievements printed in books or remembered in speeches. But true legacy, it's quieter than that. It's the way someone smiles when they think of you. It's the warmth you gave without even knowing. It's the story your child tells their child about something small you once did, something you may not even remember, but they never forgot. Legacy lives in the little things. The time you held someone's hand, the way you showed up when it mattered, the lessons you passed down through your actions more than your words. That's what remains. That's what echoes. Right now, someone somewhere carries a part of you. They may not say it aloud, they may not even realize it, but it's there. Maybe in how they laugh, maybe in how they love, maybe in how they learn to get back up after falling down, because they watched you do it first. You are woven into the lives of others, into families, friendships, even brief moments with strangers. And it didn't require perfection. It didn't require fame. It just required that you showed up with a heart that cared. And you did. You still do. You, just as you are right now, are living proof of love passed down. Maybe from your parents, maybe from a teacher, a mentor, a friend. Maybe from someone who's been gone for years, but still shows up in your dreams or your thoughts. You carry them, just as someone will carry you. The way you say certain phrases, the food you still cook from memory, the values you hold sacred. You are a walking legacy, a living memory of those who came before. And in time, someone will carry you in the same way. What an extraordinary thing. So let me say this, loud and clear. You've already done enough. There's nothing more you have to prove. There's no final task you must complete. There's no better version of yourself you must become. Who you are now is enough, perfectly, fully, beautifully enough. You don't have to hold it all together. You don't have to pretend to be strong when you're tired. You don't have to keep doing just to feel worthy. You are worthy simply because you are. So let yourself rest. Let yourself be soft. Let yourself receive all the love you've given for so long. Yes, the body changes. Yes, the world moves faster. Yes, people come and go. But this season, this time in your life, it has its own beauty, its own wisdom, its own quiet power. The power to see what really matters. The wisdom to know when to speak and when to stay silent. The ability to appreciate the simple things others rush right past. You are not fading. You are blooming into something softer, wiser, and more rooted than ever before. If no one's told you this today, let me be the one to say it. Thank you. Thank you for your life. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for the example you've set, the love you've offered, the strength you've shown. You matter. You've always mattered. And even when the world gets loud, even when people forget to say it, please remember, you are deeply, quietly, and forever enough. So here we are, at the end of this moment together. But not the end of your story, because as long as you are breathing, there is still more beauty to see, more love to give, more peace to find. Let the world move as it will. Let your heart stay still, soft, open, full. You've lived well, my friend, and you are still living. And that is a beautiful, sacred thing.